So here we have a weird battery with an even weirder problem. Ortler might be familiar to some of you, but they are not well known in Sweden. This is an AEG e-bike system, but you can clearly see it's a TranzX battery. And the problem he's having is sometimes the battery cannot connect to the e-bike, and then he has to knock twice to get it working again. Such a weird problem. My staff actually capacity tested the battery, and it's 10.17 ampere hours, so there's nothing wrong with the actual battery or capacity. But as you can see on the connectors, and they are a bit worn, especially the positive one. Let's have a look inside because something is rattling. Five-pin TranzX charging, 4 additional screws. Okay, here we have one of these TranzX thingies. Because I've seen on the BL18 battery they have it for both 24 and 36 volt, and then they have a different pin, like this pin is active only in the 36 volt and this on the 24 volt. Here they have something similar for 36 and 48, and what I can see, they just screwed a plastic piece in here. So probably on the e-bike there is a pin going into the 36 volt, and if you insert a 48 volt battery, and they have this pin in to prevent it connecting to a 48 volt battery. Cool. Hopelessly gluing stuff together. I think we're ready to pry. Yeah, nice. Here we get a lot of clicks. Alright, some pressure. Nice. And there we have what was rattling around. And it's not on the connector side. I'm gonna try and force it open. Yeah, there we go. And I'm using Panasonic PF, and very nice water protection. Actually seems pretty easy to get to the connector. And these are most likely UART, which I've seen on many of their batteries, but it's not always used on the actual e-bikes. So if you want to know if your bicycle with AEG system works with anything but this TranzX battery, you can disconnect this one, connect the battery, and see if it works. So if we were to repair this, that is what we would do. I'm gonna take out the connector and have a look at it, because there's also a fuse here that could be poor conductivity, but there is no water damage or anything inside. How could it be? How could it be? No, this is the one I want. Some are orange, some are red. Come on. Just have here fuse and a data port. Well, let's have a quick look at the fuse. The fuse looks good, but there's a lot of buildup on the connectors. Let me show you what I mean. So, as you can see, a very small part is having contact with the fuse holder. And all of this white gunk, I don't know what it is. If it's glue or adhesive or rust, or it just builds up on these connectors from time to time. So cleaning them or just replacing the fuse can sometimes do miracles for poor conductivity. But since the connector is the one that actually looks bad, let's see if we can fish it out. Because I think there's a small chance we have a spare. I don't think TranzX has anything like that, but it is replaceable if you manage to find one, and then if you manage to open up the battery. Come on, let's remove that. Oh no, it's glued together. We're gonna have to open this too. And I really want to protect the battery cells. Oh, that's a fairly easy to cut glue. Nice. It's quite adhesive, but it's very easy to open. It's really soft. There we go. I don't know if you know of Pantera batteries. I think they are kind of popular in other countries as well. We managed to use one of these connectors to repair the discharging port in a Pantera battery, and Pantera batteries are built by BMZ Group in Germany. This is however TranzX, but I think these connectors might even be the same. And I'm gonna tell you what this is. This is spare parts from Wrenchen for one of their battery cases. They actually have spare part number PLA 090007, PLA 0257, and both of them have very similar connectors. I don't know what they are called other than connectors, but I think these would be maybe not identical, but if you had no choice, I would probably go for one of these. They have the same length. I don't know how deep they go, but these are clearly bigger. What we can do is open up and try and clean this connector, but that is not the optimal solution. The best is to replace it. But it is identical, this connector, but a few millimeters shorter. Yeah, about 3 millimeters shorter. So if you know anything about these connectors, what this type of connectors is called, I have no idea. But if you know anything about these connectors, let me know, and if you've seen this as a spare part, it would be very interesting to know if TranzX can supply it. Hang on just a minute there. I think I recall that I have a whole box of TranzX 36 volt spare parts. It's not for this battery, I've never seen this before. Ta-da! It's not the same connector, but maybe it's the same kind of pins. So let's compare them. And they're not the same. This is a different type of connector. It says HLTD, and TD Energy, I think, is the Chinese company that actually manufactures the battery packs for TranzX. Probably a special connector made by them. And those are the only ones we have in our TranzX box. So if you want to buy these, let me know. Or if you want to trade for one of these.